There is more democratic cooperation in our hemisphere today than at any point in history. And we're proud of the fact that we've been a part of helping them get to that place. But we've learned from history that the risks from using military force are significant. So we've instead worked to deprive Maduro and his cronies of oil revenue that should go to the Venezuelan people and the regime's pockets. We've been ruthless in attacking the drug cartels that traffic drugs into the United States out of Venezuela. We simply asked Mexico and the Northern Triangle countries of El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala to do more inside of their own country to stop the flow of illegal immigration coming towards Mexico and to the United States. We had to cut off some foreign assistance to show that we were serious, but we didn't tell them how to run their country to address it. We just insisted that they be good neighbors. In that same vein of respect, we've told our friends that predatory Chinese activities can lead them to deals that seem attractive, but in the end are bad for their people, bad for their own nation. But we don't try to stop them from doing business with the Chinese Communist Party. We work with them to strengthen their systems, to strengthen transparency, to help them understand the threats that face their country from doing deals where the Chinese loan them money and then foreclose on important assets inside of their country. We are so blessed here. America remains the greatest example in democracy in the history of the world. And so we, in the Trump administration, will continue to support countries trying to prevent Cuba and Venezuela from hijacking those protests. And we'll work with legitimate governments to prevent protests from morphing into riots and violence that don't reflect the democratic will of the people. The good news is, in spite of what the world told President Trump, that American sanctions would not work, the world was wrong. These sanctions have been incredibly effective. Iran's wealth will decrease materially in 2019 from 2018, and again in 2020 from 2019, and their ability to trade with the rest of the world is also greatly diminished. This is not to impact the Iranian people. There's plenty of money for the Iranian people. If the Ayatollah can underwrite a missile program, centrifuges spinning to create nuclear systems, to underwrite Hezbollah in Lebanon, to underwrite fighters that are traveling to Latin America, if the Iranian regime has that much money and wealth, it has plenty of money to take care of its own people. I don't think anybody sees this moment of political transition in Israel, of them working through their democratic processes as an opportunity to create risk for Israel. I know the United States stands prepared to do everything we need to do to support Israel as it works its way through this government formation process.